There is a voice inside your mind. It never sleeps. It questions, criticizes, and doubts. It says, "You're not ready. You'll fail again. You don't have what it takes." But what if that voice isn't your enemy? What if it's your greatest test? Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The warrior's road to mastery begins here, not with the sword drawn, but with silence. Within fear is not weakness. It is information, a messenger sent by life to reveal where you still hide. Sun Tzu wrote in The Art of War, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Fear is that enemy within, and understanding it is the first victory. Every time you run from fear, you make it stronger. Every time you face it, you reclaim your power." Musashi, the undefeated samurai, said, "Perceive that which cannot be seen with the eye." True warriors do not wait for courage, they train it through repetition, exposure, and awareness. Ask yourself, what is it I truly fear? And what if that fear is the doorway to freedom? The inner critic was born the day you began to care what others thought. It learned your weaknesses. It memorized your shame. It speaks with your voice. Yet it is not you, Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. The critic's weapon is illusion. It feeds on comparison, on perfectionism, on fear of failure. But here lies the truth. You cannot fight the inner critic with anger, only with observation. Watch it as you would watch a storm. It rages, it passes, you remain. When you separate who you are from what you hear, the storm begins to lose power. The Stoics faced fear not with emotion, but with logic. They asked, "What exactly am I afraid of?" When you define fear, you shrink it. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca. The inner critic lives in imagination. It thrives on what-ifs. The warrior lives in reality. He grounds himself in what is. So the next time your critic whispers, "Don't speak, don't try, don't risk," pause, breathe. Ask, is this truth or just noise? Fear loses its power in motion. Action silences doubt faster than reasoning ever could. Sun Tzu said, "In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity." Every moment you act despite fear, you rewrite your identity. From the doubter to the doer, courage is not the absence of fear. It's decision, repeated daily. Musashi said, "You can only fight the way you practice. If you practice avoidance, you master hesitation. If you practice facing fear, you master resilience. So take one step forward, even trembling." That step is the sword stroke that silences the critic. The hardest battle is always the one unseen, the war within your own mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal each night, not to boast, but to train his inner fortress. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The critic will return, always. It is part of being human. But every return is another opportunity to choose reason over reaction, discipline over despair, awareness over anxiety. When fear attacks, do not retreat. Observe, breathe, respond with purpose. When you stop fighting fear, you start learning from it. The Stoic and the samurai both knew this truth, that silence is a weapon sharper than any blade. Musashi said, "Fixation is the way to death. Fluidity is the way to life." To master fear is to flow with it, to move through uncertainty without losing center. You no longer seek to destroy the critic. You let it speak, but its voice no longer shakes your resolve. In that stillness, you become what you were always meant to be, unmoved, unbroken, unstoppable. Fear will always visit, but it does not have to live within you. When the inner critic speaks, answer with silence. When doubt rises, act with purpose. When chaos surrounds you, return to your center. Because mastery is not about perfection, it's about presence. The greatest victory is to conquer yourself. Sun Tzu. You are the master of your mind. You are the silent warrior. And your greatest battle has already been won.